Before we start adding lights to the scene, let me just make a copy of the towels to the area near the water basin. So with Shift D, make the copy and press G to move it around. Now, make a new collection, then, from the top view, add an area light. This will be the hidden light above the bottom ceiling, so, scale it as you see, and manage its place from the front view. In the light settings, make the color a bit warm. A fast search on Google for yellow hex codes will give you that. I did leave to you the hex code I used so you can follow. And change the power to something around 12 for now. So, let us see how it looks. First make sure you are on Cycle's render engine, and select the GPU device if you have one. Also in the Dimension tab, check Render Region. Now switch to Render View. The light's power seems a bit much, and we might need to lower it down a bit, but for now leave it as B. What we need is 3 copies of this area light. First copy will be in opposite side, and rotate it by 180. The next one will cast into the main wall we're working on, and need to be scaled down a bit so it won't overlap with the rest. Again check the render view just to make sure we have no problem. Now, to the ceiling, but the cursor on the spot, then press Shift A to add a spotlight. In the light settings, I did first try to make the color same as the hidden light. And give it a power of 35, but the scene end up looking a bit much on yellow. So I turned it back to white, change the power to 80 for now, and copy it around the ceiling. Once we finished with that, I did make the render sample 64 to make a fast test render, just to see how it looks. So I think it looks fine for now. But, the wall have a default grey material with no reflections, so let us start with the light materials first. Select one of the spots, and in the material settings, change the surface in the light material to an emission 1, and give the strength a value of 20. The metal part of the spot will be a dark grey reflective material. Make the metallic 0.3 and turn down the roughness to the same value. To the light set over the plant. As I say before, the models we import have materials, a Blender kit library materials. We are going to use them, so, this hanging light will have 3 materials. The metal one we assigned earlier will be a gold metal material, and the middle part will have a dark metallic one, so select one of the hanging lights, add a new material, and as shown, highlight the middle part and assign it. Repeat the process on the rest of the lights. Once you've finished with that, select the first metal material. It will take this brass polished material, so just select it from the material scroll, and hit the right mouse button to shade smooth it. In the dark material, change the surface to glossy BSDF. Change the color to black and the roughness to 0.15. After that, make sure all the hanging lights have the same materials and shade smooth them. The light switch will take the same brass polished material, and again, shade smooth it. I did first try the switches with wood material, but they need a bit much work, so experiment with that. The water basin and the tap will be the same gold metal material. To sum it, all the metal parts in the scene will take this material. Now, in the spherical light down the basin, give bottom part the same dark metal we used in the hanging light. And again, the metal part of the mirror will take the gold material. So, before we make the reflective mirror material, let us open the Blender kit library. Now, if you see my last exterior tutorial, I did use it there, so you should have it in the right 10 window. If not, go to Edit, Preferences, in the Add-ons section, look for Blender Kit and turn it on. Then if you open it, you will notice that we need a key. To obtain that key, go to main site, and just register with your email or Facebook account. Won't take a minute. So, I am going to use the Blender kit materials on the walls, floor, wall trims and the wood part. In the bathroom materials settings, select the walls to assign them to a new material. This will be a bright marble. Now select the floor to assign it to different material, this time a dark one. The wall trims will take the same dark marble material. The basin area will be an extension of the walls, so assign to it the bright marble. Now, in the Blender kit options, first make sure you are on Find Materials. Then, with the search bar, search for marbles. You will have plenty to choose from. The one that I'm looking for, called Artificial Marble 9, simply click and drag it over the area. Now from the top corner, if you drag like shown, you will have a new work window. Make it a UV edit type, then, in the edit mode, select the walls, press U and choose Smart UV Unwrap. After that, in the UV editor window, scale it around until it seems fit. Now what we have here is this. The default material took the marble. To fix that, I am going to delete the first default material, then, change the marble to the needed one as you see, and finally, select the ceiling to give it a new white material. Once you've finished, go to the basin area, change the material to the same Artificial Marble 9. After that, in the edit mode, press A to select all, press U to unwrap it, and zoom in near the area between it and the wall. Try to scale it to fit. Now, to the floor. In the Blender Kit library, look for Artificial Marble 3, a dark brown material, and as before, click and drag over the needed area. Then, in the edit mode, select all to unwrap it, and scale it to fit in the UV editor. Once you've finished with the floor, select the wall trims to give it the same dark marble material, and again, in the edit mode, select all and UV unwrap it. I did here go back to the walls. It seems a bit stretched, so I scale it around a bit. Once you've finished, select the wood bars, and in the kit search bar, look for oak. A yellow oak wood looks nice for me. You can experiment with it for sure. You have more than 120 free wood material in the kit library, so take your time with it. Now as before, click and drag over the wood bars, and in the edit mode, select all to unwrap it. I did try more than one method, but it didn't look fine with me, and the problem was with the applied transformation. I forget it as always. So finally, I pressed Ctrl A to apply all transformation, and with the smart UV unwrap, managed to make it looks fine as shown. After that, to the mirror, simple material setting. First, change the surface to glossy BSDF, then, make the roughness 0 in value, and that's it. You will have a nice clear reflective surface. Now, to the spherical light down the basin, in the material setting, give the glass the same material in the glass shelf that we import earlier. It is a kit library material called Heavy Glass Shader, and change the emission light strength to 30 for now. Fix the other light, or simply, just copy it again as shown. Switch now to render view. The scene looks nice, so, if you worked with other known render engine like V-Ray or Corona, you would know that this set of light is more than enough to light up the room, but with Blender and Cycles, the light rays reflection is a bit poor, and lighting need to be boosted a bit. For that, from the top view, add an area light, scale down as shown. Now, I am moving it inside the room to make several copies around. This set of lights will be hidden from the camera and the wall reflections. Select all the copies, make sure it position near the ceiling. After that, unselect one of them by holding Ctrl, then select it again with Shift and mouse button, and if you pressed Ctrl L, you will see the links window. Choose Object Data to link all the lights settings and make them like instance copies. Now, make the power 8, and uncheck multiple importance so the light won't show up on the wall reflection. Switch now to render view. this looks better, and we might need to turn down the power a bit in the spherical light, and the spotlight need a boost on strength so it cast clearly on the wall. Make it 120 for now, and again, select all the spotlights and link them with Object Data option. Just make sure to select the one we changed to 120 in power at last. After that, make some copies of the hangers to the back wall so it won't show up empty in the mirror. And also, I'm going to use the soap hanger to shape it as a towels hangers near the door, so, just scale it around and move it to position as shown. And finally, make a copy from it with Shift D, and repeat the process with Shift R. Switch to render view. So this looks fine with me. To the render settings, the render samples will be between 1200 and 1800 depend on your PC. Uncheck hair option, and in the light paths tab, change the max bounces values in both diffuse and glossy to 8. In the performance tab, I use auto tile size add-on. You can turn it on from the add-ons settings. It will give the best tile size for your PC. Now, in the color management, just change the look to high contrast, then, in the dimension settings, double the numbers in the resolution for both X and Y axes. After that, in the layers, check normal in the data tab. Check emission in the light tab, highlight color on both diffuse and subsurface, finally, turn on denoise, and that's it. Hit render image so you can enjoy your final scene. See you guys in new tutorials, stay safe and healthy, goodbye.